year was 1998. Millions tuned into their TVs and radios, impatiently waiting on a response. Thousands, if not more, were anxiously on their feet in Energy Solutions Arena, Utah, awaiting the outcome of what would become one of the most historic events in the world of basketball. 30 seconds remained on the game clock, and the Chicago Bulls had possession of the basketball. The score was 85-86, with the Utah Jazz up 1 point. As Michael Jordan ran the clock down and carried the ball to the opposite end of the court, he only had 5 seconds left until the game was over. At that instant, Jordan scored the last 2 points in which would win the Chicago Bulls their 6th and final championship within an 8-year time period. Not only was he named one of the greatest basketball players of all time, but Michael Jordan also carried a couple perks along with his NBA career. Professional basketball player, Olympic athlete, actor, and a businessman were Michael Jordan's few of many accomplishments throughout his lifetime so far. As I mentioned earlier, Michael Jordan helped lead the Chicago Bulls to 6 NBA championship titles. Jordan started his basketball career with the Chicago Bulls in 1984, and surprisingly was the 3rd overall draft pick in the first round of selection. He was an instant success, obtaining the Rookie of the Year award in the 84-85 seasons. It wasn't until 7 years after he joined the NBA when he won his first championship title in 1991, and this was just the beginning. Between the years of 1991 and 93, Michael Jordan led the Bulls to 2 more championships, making a total of 3. This is where the term three-peat began. After winning the 3rd consecutive ring, Michael Jordan shocked the world. He was going into retirement to pursue a baseball career. From basketball legend to a baseball player, who would have thought? Michael took 2 years off to play with the Birmingham Barons, an affiliate of the Chicago White Sox in the Class AA Southern League. In the middle of the 95 basketball season, he decided it was time to return, and his fans welcomed him with the statement, "His airness returns." He had a slow start upon his return, but a year later, in 96, is when the Bulls started to rise. Not only did they break the record with the most games won in the regular season with 72 wins and 10 losses, but it was also the beginning of the next 3 consecutive championships. This is what brought the second phrase, repeat, three-peat, in 98, when the Bulls won the 6th and final championship with Michael Jordan over the Utah Jazz. But Jordan was known for things other than his championship titles. He has a lengthy list of honors that he achieved throughout his NBA career. The most important ones that he was known for are the 6-time NBA champion, one of 50 greatest players in the NBA history, 5-time NBA MVP, and 3-time slam dunk contest winner. Jordan also was an actor upon his return of the 96 season of basketball. Warner Brothers aired the famous movie Space Jam, which starred Jordan alongside with some of the Looney Tunes characters. The plot was based on Jordan's retirement in 1993 and his return to basketball. The only catch was he agreed to help Bugs Bunny and his fellow Looney Tunes characters in a game of basketball to keep their freedom. The movie was an instant success. In its first week of being aired in theaters in the U.S., it accumulated over $27 million. Space Jam's gross income worldwide was somewhere around $230 million. This only added to Jordan's popularity inside and outside of his NBA career. Space Jam also had another component which helped Jordan boost his career achievements. During the movie, Michael wore a special type of basketball shoe, but these weren't just some regular basketball shoes. The shoes he debuted were the Air Jordan 11s, which were also named the Space Jam Jordans. In 1985, Jordan signed a contract with Nike, issuing a new brand of basketball shoes, which were called the Nike Air Jordans. They were banned from the NBA upon their release because they strayed away from the original black and white color of basketball shoes. But Nike paid a fine to have Michael campaign his new shoes on the courts. The shoes were an amazingly huge hit, even to this day. Numerous colors and styles were released since Michael started the NBA. Each year since 1985, a new pair of Air Jordans are released. But after the release of his 23rd shoe, Nike stopped the older versions of the shoes. Instead, they re-retroed them, meaning they released a couple random pair from 1 through 23 a few times out of each year. In Jordan's first full season under the Nike logo, the Air Jordan line produced more than $153 million in revenue. This was definitely an achievement to him and still is today. Many people continue to follow the release dates of the retro Air Jordans and collect each pair that is released. From basketball legend to Olympic athlete and businessman to actor, Jordan is an icon to many people for his achievements and increasing popularity. His NBA career is what eventually caused an uproar for businesses and sponsors to look at him. Everyone wanted to be like Mike. After Space Jam, it caused many other people to invest in him and wanted to represent bigger brands. As he continues to release his line of Air Jordan shoes with Nike, it only increases the shoe's popularity. Overall, Jordan is still a respectable icon, good actor, and trusted businessman around the world.